Hello everyone, Shack Redemption here for part 2 of Season 8. Finishing off the 90-91 season. Right now Pacers stand at 37-5 at the All-Star break, where we had, thanks to an injury, 4 All-Stars. So we had Stockton, Miller, Ewing, and Kellogg was named an All-Star thanks to, I don't remember who was hurt, but somebody got hurt. Can I see that still? Maybe? Voting? Bernard King. So King hurt, and Clark Kellogg got hurt in the All-Star game, which I don't know that I've really seen that before. So I don't know if he'll miss any games. I think I did my rotation to take him out. Yes, I did. So Glenn Rice slides into the starting lineup, move Rodman to power forward. We'll see if he's back before this Cavs game. Don't know. So let's go ahead and get going and see if the Pacers can continue this dynasty. Okay, so he won't miss a game. So let's get him back in and just load our normal rotation. Just like that. So we've got the 9-man rotation going. Let's see if we can win this back-to-back away series. We've got more people to scout. I think, oh no, I've not done all of the real people yet. We've still got Armstrong and Crotty, Caleb. Okay, yeah, I've got plenty of real people. Lynch. Probably be able to get to everybody at some point. Who else have we not done? Monty Neely's not real. Is that all the real people? Might be. I think Crowder and Caleb were the 2 worst overall people in the class, so let's just choose some of these guys that have already been scouted some. Alright, 4 more wins, up to 41. Beat the Cavs by 8. They're just over 500, which is surprising. Looking at their team, they're not that great. Because Reggie Lewis and Kevin Johnson are not the people that you think they would be. And they did draft Kendall Gill, but he's a rookie. So 78. Reggie Lewis is only 76, and Kevin Johnson 75. So you'd think that trio would be decent, but Eddie Johnson's their main scorer. We got Ewing and Stockton with great games, although 5 turnovers for Stockton and Miller's not great. Kellogg returns 8, 3, and 5. He's also very angry, by the way. So I'm guessing it's because he's the 3rd option on this team behind Ewing and Miller, but I think he'll just have to get over it. His contract is up at the end of this season, but hopefully we can re-sign him because he's been a great part to this team. So here's a 22-point win over the Hawks. We got Arvydas Sabonis is having a great career coming to the NBA about 10 years before he really did in real life. 18 assists for Stockton, 16 rebounds for Rodman. He has not had very many games like that where he gets massive rebounds, but it's because he's next to Patrick Ewing, I think. Kellogg's down here 1 for 14. That's pretty terrible. We've got 15, another win over the Cavs here in the same week. Rodman's getting double-doubles. Nice. Stockton was 1 for 10. Some of these shooting games for these guys are a little alarming, but almost everybody that scored had at least 11 points. My point guards were not scoring. Not much going on from the Cavs, and then 34-point win over the Nuggets, who are also pretty mediocre. 4 guys over 20. I like seeing that. Everybody shot pretty well. 4 threes for Miller. That's a lot. Stockton 4 steals. See, Rodman has a lot of games where he gets like that many rebounds. I'm not quite sure why, but Guess Sean Kemp got 10. We got James Worthy getting 27 points. His scoring's going down a little bit this year. He's also playing 6 fewer minutes, so that would do it. Because they signed Tom Chambers, so he's taking some of those minutes. And they also have Kiki Vandeweghe still. All right, let's stop for a second and look at who won the the season awards for January. So Player of the Week, we got Bird and Elijah on there. For the month, John Stockton. Wow, I don't know that he's ever gotten a Player of the Month. Maybe he has, but usually it's Ewing. Kellogg's had some in his career, and Reggie. Magic Johnson gets it for the West. We've got Gil and Abdul Rauf, rookies. All right, let's keep going. Oh, so the 6th loss of the season comes to the Warriors. I'm trying to remember who else I lost to before. The Sonics, Blazers, Sixers, Wolves, and Rockets. So losses are fairly spread out. Here's only a 5-point win over the Celtics, who are under 500. Again, still have these guys up here at the top, but getting older. Looks like we fouled them a lot. They shot 37 free throws. They also signed Daryl Griffith, who probably, shoots a lot, but not shooting well. Reggie gets 26. Glenn Rice has been a great pickup off the bench. Stockton, 17 assists. Love to see those numbers. Then we win by 20 in LA. Cummings and Malone at the top as usual. Ooh, 3 guys over 24, including Ewing and Miller with 29. Holy moly, Reggie Miller shot 18 free throws. So we got 26 points from the line out of the 2 of them. Some bad shooting from Peyton again. He is shooting 52% though. So overall, good stuff. Then a 29-point win over the Suns, who are not good. They do have Scottie Pippen and Joe Dumars, if I recall. Double-double for Kellogg, but terrible shooting along with Stockton. So Pippen did get 22. He's averaging most points of his career so far. Dumars did not score. He was 0 for 9. He's also having his best scoring season. And then the loss. The Warriors are decent, so that makes me feel a little better about losing to them. They've got Cliff Robinson, first year there. They've got 2 top picks. So number 2 of this season was Coleman, and number 1 2 years ago, I guess 3 seasons now, was Manning. Got a lot of power in the paint. Not much else. They've got Kenny Smith. Looks like they didn't shoot a great percentage. It seems like maybe I just had a rough game. 35 of 93. That's 38%, so that's pretty terrible. Rice struggled. Reggie struggled. Ewing was awful. 8 and 9. Rodman had a point. Didn't make a shot. Not a good showing. Deserved to lose that one. So now we got a 6-game home stretch, including a back-to-back at home against the Nets. You don't see that very often. But first, we've got to finish off some scouting here. I say finish off, but we'll have a couple more, I think, after this. There we go, 4 wins, including a slaughter of the Nets by 42, who are decent. They've got David Robinson and Mitch Richmond. 21 assists for Stockton, beautiful. Reggie with 35. Seriously, his free throws are out of control. My team shot 49 free throws. Wow. I'm assuming they had some foul out. Yes. Robinson, Richmond, and Mark Bryant all fouled out. We've got Robinson averaging less points and rebounds, but he's playing less. Still don't understand why that happens. Richmond's doing better than last year. Points-wise, his three-point percentage is down 10% somehow. And then on the second night, only won by 8. So they learned from the first one a little bit. I shot 56 free throws this time, but only made 38. Rice was almost 50%. That's not great. Kellogg was 2 for 6. Is he bad at them? That says 80%. Why is he going 2 for 6? He's still very upset. Oh, he's only got 2 frown faces now instead of 3, so maybe he's improving. Avery Johnson played, I guess, because Stockton fouled out. Robinson 23 and 13 in that one. Fouled out again. So did Mark Bryant again. Got our revenge on the Warriors at home here. Ewing and Reggie at the top, as usual. Kellogg with a nice game. Still allowed Cliff Robinson to get 20 points on his system. Sabalos is up there. So they had the 8th pick and the 2nd pick. The second, oh yeah, they traded Sleepy Floyd to get the 2nd pick because the Jazz are terrible and make really stupid decisions. Instead of drafting Derek Coleman, they traded for, 32-year-old Sleepy Floyd or something like that. Okay, then 16-point win over the Hornets, 28-25. That looks like a solid game for just about everyone. Rodman 1 for 5. Is his percentage still? Yeah, 42%. Not what I'm hoping for. It will be interesting to see how long I keep Rodman. The thought was that he could eventually become the power forward once Kellogg either moves on or, well, I can't say retires because he's still only 29. But at this point, I'd much rather keep Kellogg around than Rodman. Hornets are not looking like a very good team, but the record wasn't terrible. We played the Nets at home again, so 3 times in 2 weeks. And we lost to oh my god, we lost back-to-back games. So for the first time this year, back-to-back losses coming off of a 52-point win over the really bad Bucks. Ewing with 31. Reggie, 28, only missed 3 shots. Stockton fouled out but had a great game. Rice was good. So this game, the stats here are amazing. Spud Webb got 25 on me. Played 40 minutes. Not sure why. Because they don't have any other point guard, it looks like. They barely have another guard. Pierce, Anderson. Everybody else is a power forward or center. And Kukoc, small forward. Alright, what happened here? Lost by 1 in the 4th quarter because we were up by 7. Or 5. Ewing only made 4 shots. Both of them got to the line a lot again. Kellogg 1 for 9 and fouled out. Why is he having so many games like that? Overall, still shooting the same percent as last year, but both are way down, or noticeably down from what he had been doing. There for 2 years, 57, 56%. Rodman, 4 rebounds. I don't understand. If he's going to play 30 minutes and get 4 rebounds, no steals, and no blocks, I'm not sure what he's doing. Playing defense, I guess. Oh my god, Brad Lowhouse. What is happening? He barely played the last 2 seasons, and he just scored 25 points on me. Is he starting at power forward for them? Seems like he might have in this game. No, I think he played more because Buck Williams fouled out. Oh my God, 3, 4, 6 people fouled out. And we lost. Mitch Richmond played 16 minutes. And we lost this game. Wow. And then, I guess just because we were crying about it, lost by 18 to the 19 and 38 Suns. Randy White. So some random people averaging 10 points a game are beating us. This time Cliff Robinson didn't play? Oh, that's Clifford. Yeah, that's confusing. So the Cliff Robinson that has been at the top, that was the Suns, right? No, that was the Warriors. That was the Warriors. Never mind. Got them confused. I thought they were on the same team last year. Is that what I'm thinking about? Yes, they've been on the same team. They were on the Suns. It's kind of fun. You got Cliff and Clifford. All right, well, 2 losses. Hopefully we can turn it around here to finish off the month. Beat the Cavs at least. Alright, extension deadline, yes, I will stop. I think Kellogg's the only guy eligible and he hates me, so yeah, refusing. Is not going to resign. He's down 2 because he's so mad. I didn't even realize that. I knew he was mad, but I didn't know it was affecting his overall that much. Maybe that's why his percentage is bad, because he's down 3 at all the shooting stuff. His shot IQ, everything is down. Wow. Okay then. Interesting. I might, if that's the case, maybe I take another minute away from him. I don't know that I want to work on making him happier or just let somebody else take his minutes. Because Sean Kemp is ready to go, I think. How's he doing? A much better percentage per 36, more points and rebounds. It would be nice to have him play more minutes this year. It says I have him at 20. He's only averaging 16. Oh, that's because I made a trade mid-season. That's right. He was not playing this much before. So where can he take? He could take from Rodman. That wouldn't be terrible either. Or a take right here. Let's do that from Kellogg. And then maybe I take from Rodman too. Rodman's playing a lot in the fourth quarter. But that would have to give it to Kellogg. It's a long stretch for Kemp. Let's just do it there. So Rodman's only playing 5. I don't love that, but let's go with it for now. So Kemp gains a couple over Rodman and Kellogg. And a couple more wins. So we win that week. We got a 37-point win over the Cavs. Nobody really did anything on that one for them. Kellogg had a nice game in that one. Ewing and Reggie making all their free throws pretty much. 18 assists and 4 steals for Stockton. And then a 36-point win over the 20 and 42 Pistons. They're just not who they became. They never really hit the peak in the 80s like they did in real life. And now the only remnants of their real life dynasty is Bill Laimbeer, who continues to dominate rebounds. His shooting percentage is really dropping. They still have Kelly Tripucka, but not the player he used to be either. They got a young stud here, Nick Anderson. Meanwhile, Ewing and Reggie at the top. Reggie did not make a three. Still managed to get 21 points on 5 field goals because he's making all the free throws again. Drazen, 8 free throws, gives him 12 points in 11 minutes. 17 rebounds for Rodman. I like seeing that. 19 points over the Spurs, who are not very good according to their record. So this was after I made the change for Kemp. He did have a nice game. Kellogg was 3 for 11, and Rodman fouled out in even fewer minutes. So doesn't seem like I made a bad choice there. I thought this team should be better than what their record says because they've got Chris Mullin, who's just a scoring machine. He's shooting 55% from 3. He's 90 at it. I'm pretty sure 55 would mean 99. I mean, come on. That's ridiculous. But they've got 85 overall Brad Daugherty. I traded them Vlade Divac, who's shooting really bad. I guess that's really all they have, though. I mean, Sarunas is not. He's only 70 overall, playing a lot of minutes and getting 10 points. Okay, so outside of the top 2, not much for them. Barely beat the Cavs here. Sherman Douglas leads the team this time. He's in his second year. Special K leading the Pacers in scoring. Ewing fouled out. Kemp didn't score, 0 for 5. That's not great. Alright, let's see the news around the league. No transactions. Kevin Willis tore his Achilles, so Lakers are going to be a little worse. I'm not sure what their record is this year. I'm sure they're near the top, at least in the West. He's playing more, scoring more. Mo Cheeks is hurt. Isaiah, I feel like he's been hurt in several seasons. He's not played a full season, and this will be the 4th straight year. Isaiah's struggling. Danny Manning also has a broken leg. Didn't realize that. How is he already back, though? 1 to 2 weeks. Didn't he just play in the game I simulated? Must not have been very broken. I think last time I looked, Ewing was first, Stockton was second. But Stockton dropped down, but Reggie Miller's also crept in. He's 5th, averaging more points, averaging more percentage-wise as well. He's up, playing about a minute more. Stockton's scoring less, assisting about the same, and shooting still fantastically. Ewing scoring's dropped a little bit, rebounds about the same. Blocks are up, almost a career high, so that's cool to see. And shooting amazing. Could be the first year that Magic Johnson does not get MVP. We'll see if that holds true. Scott Skiles looking at 6th man. You got Mark Jackson, still shooting terrible. Not sure what's wrong with him. Ewing's also at the top for defensive player. That'd be really cool if he can get both. We got Purvis, who's averaging 4 more points, 2 more rebounds for the Bucks. Season awards. Here we've got MJ got one. Has he had one all year? That's the first one for Michael Jordan. Ewing and Sabonis. Rick Smits gets one for Minnesota. Wow. Player of the month, we got Ewing and Olajuwon. Rookie 3D and Coleman. Let's look at the mock draft. I've got now I forgot. Between one of those, is it the Bulls that's protected? I think. The Bulls or Jazz, one of those is top 3 protected, but since we passed the deadline, I can't see that anymore. I mean, based on this, I hope it's the Jazz one that's protected, so I can have the Bulls. I don't know who I would get, but right now they say Larry Johnson, or Larry Johnson will be the number one pick. Two out of the three say Billy Owens is second, Mutombo third, and the other says the opposite. Playoff picture. Only 5.5 games up on the Hawks. This is the closest I've had a team to me in a couple years. Because if you look at my record over the years, that's not what I want. This. So probably I've not had a team this close since this season, when I was 61-21. I've still got a better percentage than what I was 3 years ago, 70-12. We'll see if I can match that. Not sure. Michael Jordan's Heat are currently in the playoffs, but have a pretty, wow, it's like a logjam here of records. Just below 500. In the West, so the Lakers are 6. They're not as high. So now that Kevin Willis got hurt, that might hurt them. The Magic are right on their tail, and so are the Nuggets. The Blazers are not as good as I thought they would be. But Olajuwon missed the first part of the year, so. All right, we'll keep going. Glenn Rice is hurt. He cannot play, but it's day-to-day. That's the most annoying injury. Because what usually happens is he's back by the time you get to the next game, which means I spent time doing the rotation for really no reason at all. But let's do it anyway. And maybe just for fun, I'll let Rice sit out a game, just to let somebody else play. Well, Drazen's going to take most of the minutes. Rodman can probably take his back. I'm just going to give as many to Drazen as I can and then see what's left. Alright, so that's 8 down here that I'd like to get to John Sally, but that can't happen as is. So maybe I do let's let Bill Henslick play. Why not? He was kind of a random pickup for this team. I think we'll just go with that. 11 minutes. Drazen's up to 24. I could give Peyton. Let's do this. Peyton, Drazen, and then this can go to... Rodman, Kemp. Let's do that. Puts Hanslick down to 8. That sounds better to me. Sure. So Drazen moves up. Has John Sally played for me? Evidently. I don't know if it was because somebody fouled out or something, but... Oh, I guess Drazen technically becomes my 6th man now, with those minutes. Let's just go... I'm going to leave it, and we lost. So leave the 6th man on the bench, lose by 9 to the Hornets. However, we have a 58-point win over the Celtics. 43 for Ewing. I'm guessing a season high. Oh, my bad. That's a career high. Nicely done, Patrick. Reggie Miller made 5 threes. That's the high. Olajuwon got 23 rebounds. Stockton's 21 assists. Purvis got 9 blocks. Nice games across the board. Gary Payton, 11 assists off the bench, only shot once. He was ready to get people the ball. Larry Bird at age 34 is still getting 20 points a game. Beat the Knicks by 12. Antoine Carr leads the team. This team does not look very good either. What was their record? Pretty terrible. Glenn Rice, right before his injury, gets 24 points. Ewing only 10, so he gets a career high and then fouls out and makes 4 shots. Stockton gets 6 turnovers. The 35-point win over the Spurs, so this is where Rice got hurt. You got Mullen and Doherty at the top. Rice got hurt, almost played all his minutes. Right? Or maybe that is what he... I think he's at 23, isn't he? Not sure. Camp. Reggie. Does he ever not shoot double-digit free throws? He's got to be leading the league, I would think. If he's not, it's probably Ewing. The Hornets. 2 games over 500. We lost by 9. Charles Smith leading the team. This team is not good. Why are we losing to them? John Starks gets to play at least. Here's Patrick. 31. So this was the game Hanslick got to play. Got 3 assists, missed all 3 of his shots. He will gladly go back to his end of the bench seat. Not a good game. Come on back, Glenn. It says he should play 28 minutes. I mean, maybe he should. Right now he's at 25. I haven't looked at what Drazen's been doing. Oh, 42%. That's not good. So maybe we do give... Can we give Rice another one somewhere? Or, since he was hurt, maybe I'm actually looking to take one away from Rice. Let's do that for at least a game or so. Sure. Let's just do this week. More scouting. I think all the real people are done now. Now it's just a task. Did get all 3 wins, including a 50-point win over the Bulls, who are 20 and 47. 4 guys with 20 points, one being Glenn Rice in his return to action. 6 of 9 from 3 is fun. Very nice. Jerry Reynolds is leading the team. I got Marquise up here. Still scoring. 3D. Beat the Heat. So MJ's team is 4 games under 500 now. Kellogg not shooting well. Stockton didn't shoot well in that one. Rodman getting the rebounds. MJ gets 22. Scoring still only 21. And then beat the Nuggets by 21, who are pretty decent. Ewing, Rice, and Reggie at the top, so I think Rice is fine. He can have his minutes back. Rodman's been getting a lot of rebounds here. His percentage has gone up a little bit, I think. Almost 43%. Let's go ahead and get back to the usual lineup and maybe even give Rice another one. I want to give him one from Drazen, but it would have to be here, which wouldn't make sense because then he'd come in for 2 minutes. He could take all 3 of them, but then he only has a 2-minute rest in the second. I'm going to try this, and then Rodman Kellogg can get a minute back. Let's do that for a little while. Drazen's only playing shooting guard now. Maybe that'll help his percentage a little bit. Says Rodman should only play 22. Everybody should go down. If that means they're going to get hurt, guess we'll find out. I've been fairly lucky with injuries. There's 4 more wins. 6 points over the Celtics. They've been a tough team to beat here. Bird has a great game. Reggie and Kellogg at the top this time. Oh, I want to check Reggie's free throws in the league. I'll do that once this month is over. Probably about the time I need to check if I need to play all my people. We've got 3 weeks left. Beat the Rockets by 28. Glenn Rice leads the team that time. Rodman he shoots and doesn't make shots a lot. I mean, the good news is he doesn't shoot that many. How's Derek Harper doing in Houston? Having a nice little season. Next to usually Isaiah Thomas, but Scott Skiles, who was up for 6th man. I'm assuming he'll still be eligible. I don't know what the cutoff is for not being up for 6th man anymore. Oops. 17 points over the Heat. They keep getting worse. Not sure what's happening with them. Jordan only had 13 that time. His points per game went up 0.1 since last we played him. Stockton 19 assists. Only 3 of 10 shooting though. Kellogg shot 3 threes. Has he been shooting more? He has shot twice as many as last year, but he's played 18 more games. Already shot more in 8 fewer games than the year before last. But he's shooting 40%, so I'm not going to complain about that. He's still got a double frowny face there. And 29 points over the struggling Knicks. Reggie with a big 35-point game, 14 free throws. I don't know what he's doing to draw so many fouls. Big game from Stockton. We got Bernard King, still averaging crazy points, almost the most he's had in like 5 years. Wow. I'm going to go look before I forget. Season stats, league leaders, free throws. Sabonis, it is Reggie Miller second, 7.3, and Ewing is third. Interesting. Points per game wise, Mullen King, Ewing's third, Reggie's fifth. That's pretty cool. Dominique, newly on the Magic, is fourth. Drexler. So even though Jordan's isn't very high, he's still 7th in the league just because people are not playing that many minutes. Magic still getting 20 and 11. Let's go ahead and continue here to finish off March. First, we've got to do, thankfully, the last scouting trip. And yes, I know I can automate this, but Usually I forget. And I'm also not sure if I click, is it only for this season if I click automate, or will it stay through next year too, which I don't want. 2 losses in a row again. The Hawks are the team behind me in the standings. So 64 and 11. We might not make it to 70 wins at this point. We'll see. The Bullets are not very good, so we barely beat them, only by 5. Stockton had like his best game of the year. Only missed 1 shot, but missed 2 free throws, 25 and 19. Reggie Miller, 4 threes. Ewing was amazing. Very nice. On this side, we got Barkley getting most rebounds of his career, but points are not up. Here's the loss to the Lakers. So they don't have Kevin Willis, but Magic Johnson went to school, and Joe Barry Carroll also having a much better year. I'm guessing thanks to Kevin Willis's absence and the fact that Dominique Wilkins isn't on the Lakers anymore, which is a weird sentence to say. Everybody had 10 points, but nobody did good enough to beat the Lakers. We really got out to a bad start. We were down by 13 in the first quarter. Nobody fouled out or anything. Just a poor game. Patrick Ewing shot terrible and for some reason had 7 assists. And here's the loss to the Hawks, who are only 5 games behind still. They are keeping up. This is going to be interesting come playoff time. If the Hawks make it and the Pacers make it, that's going to be an interesting matchup in the Eastern Conference Finals. Ewing did do much better. Reggie was good. These guys did not shoot well. Kellogg needs to have more than 6 points and 1 rebound, preferably, and not foul out, although he did play his minutes still. Meanwhile, they got 3 guys with 20 points, one of them being Danny Ferry, who's scoring a lot more in his sophomore year. Here's where I traded AC Green. He seems to be playing about the same minutes as I played him. Okay, I'm going to simulate this day so we can see what the March awards were. Still no transactions that month. We have a new... Hersey Hawkins has hurt his spine. He was having his best year. Shooting amazing. Not good for the Jazz, who are already pretty terrible. Detlef is hurt. Mitch Richmond tore his MCL. Olajuwon's hurt again. So some big injuries. Award races. So Reggie's not in it anymore. Still got Patrick at the top. Drexler slides in. Johnson fell down. I think he was 4th last time. Rookie of the Year looks, I think, the same. Pretty good class here. And those guys are averaging a lot as rookies. 6-man, so it is still Skiles. Defensive player, Ewing. I'm not quite sure why Drexler's up there. Almost 2 steals is good. A block a game for a shooting guard's pretty good, but I wouldn't put it ahead of these other guys necessarily. Purvis still at the top of most improved. Players of the week for the month. Ewing gets another one. Larry Bird, Bernard King, Magic gets a few. Player of the month, Arvidas and Magic. Rookie, Gill and Sabalos. Mock draft so far. So now the Bulls are the worst team. Now I'm really curious if it's the Bulls or the Jazz pick that is protected. Because if not, the Pacers could be looking at another chance at getting a first pick for the 3rd time in 5 years? 6 years? Everybody says Larry Johnson. Now Kenny Anderson might be the 2nd, according to one of the mocks. And standings-wise, I'm pretty sure you can't, Fiend. I don't know. You have to. There are some people by default that are already Eurostash, but that's something they seem to have taken away on 2K23, is the ability to add that or edit it. So unless you find a like custom player or a auto-generated player who already has like 1, 2, or 3 Euro years and edit them, you can't add it to somebody, because that's what I would have done with Kukoc. I would have done that to some extent with Sabonis, although you can't give somebody 10 years Euro status. At least you couldn't before. But yeah, it's really stupid that you can't do that. You can't even do it in a roster either. Like you can't edit someone's contract to have Euro years like you could on 2K22. Because I also would have done that in my custom roster for some players that had rights drafted but weren't in the league yet. So still 5.5 games ahead of the Hawks. The Blazers have really taken the lead in the West, 10.5 games up. Well, technically 5, because the Clippers are in the same division, I guess, as the Blazers. But top 2 teams are in the East. All right, we've got 8 games left, 7 games left. I can count. Yeah, 2 Euro years in class of 85. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't, unless you can here. I just find somebody, I'll use a fake person just to make sure I don't screw something up. Edit. It used to be under vitals, I think. It was around like their age or something. But there's nothing here. Or if there was like a contract option, there's just nothing. You'd think that'd be something they could easily add back into the game, since it was already in the game last year. I don't know if there's anybody in this that I would have been doing that for. Is there anybody that came over later in this class? I don't think so. But yeah, in other classes, that would be very, very nice to do. Since I'm up 5.5 games and have 8 games left, I'm not going to bench my people yet. I'm going to do this back to back and then reassess. 2 wins, that's helpful. Yeah, no, it's really stupid. 18.1 of the Celtics. That's better than what I've been doing. Robert Parrish, is he retiring? He is. In real life, he should go, what, 5, 6 more years? Something like that. Ewing and Reggie at the top. Wow, they only shot combined 5 free throws. That's like a first. We had 4 guys with 19 points. Stockton gets the new league high assist, 22. Beats his previous high of 21. The Bulls keep making their chances at the number 1 pick better, which I guess could be my chances if that's the one that's not protected. Patrick Ewing struggled. 6 for 20 is not good, especially for a center. And, alright, let's look here now. Now I'm 6 games up with 5 games left, so I've clinched the best record in the league. I don't think there's any reason, unless I really want to go for 70 wins for a 5th straight year. I still have the buffer of 1 loss to make that happen. I guess there's no reason to do that. I'd much rather keep my people healthy. So let's do a few adjustments here and not play people so much. Let's let Mr. GP play some more. I think Drazen can take some minutes probably from Reggie, like here. Just take a few from guys. Ewing can lose some. I think this is where I'm going to let John Sally play. Let's do that. And, oh, I didn't take anything from Ewing. Let's do another one here. And we'll do 1 game at a time now. So that goes to a 10-man. Let's beat the Cavs. Or lose to them. that works. Lose by 3. I don't think playing John Sally would have done that, although he was 1 for 5 in 7 minutes and didn't do anything but get a block. Not a good showing against Cleveland. I guess it doesn't matter. I've wrapped up the number 1 seed. So let's keep going. The only fear I have is by taking Ewing's minutes away, his chances of getting MVP and Defensive Player of the Year could go down, which is not cool. Let's do some things a little different here. Make sure Glenn Rice doesn't get hurt. We need... I do have Avery Johnson. I was going to say I don't have another point guard I can play, but I do. Let's do... Avery Johnson here and here. Actually, whatever. We'll just do slight adjustments like that as we go. The goal was to not let anybody get hurt for the playoffs. I think last year it was Kellogg that got hurt and missed some games. There's a win by 6. I didn't change my number of people in the rotation, but I don't think that matters. Drowson was awful. Stockton was not good. Team was not shooting very well. Ron Harper's still averaging 18 points a game. Moses at age 36, he says he's retiring. I don't think he's tried before, so I might be able to keep him around another year. Alright, quickly do this. I don't really want to bench anybody completely, because nobody's really missed any games. We can let Hanslick play, I guess. Kemp can take a couple more. Let's do that. We can do... We have a really terrible lineup here at the end of the third quarter when you got John Sally, Hanslick in at the same time. Alright, anybody else? I guess Ewing probably still shouldn't be playing that much. Let's do there. Alright, now I've got 12 guys playing. Yep. Get through the Knicks here. We got all home games, so we're staying in Indy. Still won by 23 with these guys playing, because they're really bad. Ewing trying to hold on to that MVP race. That'd be really cool. Drazen has been shooting just terribly. He's going to be below 40% if he keeps doing this. Also, his threes are 31. If anybody can make sense of this, his attribute is 99, and he's shooting 31%. He is 20 of 64. I guess that's not all that many because he hasn't been playing that many minutes, but still. Alright, I'm going to do the same for the last 2 games. We're going to let James Edwards play. Why not? You can play like 2 minutes. Give Reggie another break. Kellogg probably... play fewer minutes. Alright. That'll be the last time I do that until reset it in the playoffs. Get through the Hawks, beat them by 8. So that's my biggest competition, it seems like, and I still beat them. Reggie Kellogg and Ewing still with great games. Stockton with a great game. We got James Edwards came in, played his 2 minutes, and got 1 assist. Love it. Hanslick also had an assist, but missed a shot. All these guys at the bottom pretty much were worthless when it came to scoring. His draws in under 40 now? No. Alright, Purvis Short gets 24 on me. Sabonis held somewhat in check. Purvis is averaging 18. We're going to simcast this against the Blazers so we can see the stats. Looks like, well, maybe not. Oh, yep, there we go. 7-point win. Ewing, I hope that wraps up the MVP discussion. Maybe defensive player because he had 5 blocks. That'd be really, really awesome if he gets both of them. Although that should translate to his overall going up, but I'm guessing that's not going to happen. John Stockton didn't score a basket, but had 10 for 10 free throws, so ended up with a double-double again. Gary Payton, nice game. Kemp 2 for 8's not good. Edwards got a rebound in that one. And for the Blazers, so they still don't have Olajuwon, it looks like. Their playoffs are going to be rough, I think, without him. Here we go. Patrick Ewing, for the first time, is the MVP. Oh, wait, I don't want to look at it yet until I know defensive player. Rookie of the Year, Kendall Gill gets it for Cleveland. He was the 4th pick. 6th man goes to Scott Skiles. Yes, he got both of them. MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. So he got that 3 years ago, and every other year has been Hakeem Olajuwon. So Patrick Ewing, he has too many accolades already to know how many all-defensive teams he's gotten. But you can see there he also got first-team All-NBA for the 3rd time. Most improved goes to Purvis, Coach of the Year. That is the Pacers coach here, Don Nelson, and that is me. Although I will tell you my name is not Howard Dudley. So, All-NBA first team, there's Patrick. We got Dominique, Bird, Drexler, and Magic. So, there you go, MVP 84 through 90. Patrick Ewing brings a stop to the consecutive MVPs for Irvin. Second team, we got John Stockton. That is the 3rd straight year he's done that. Barkley, I don't think he's... Okay, he has done this 1 year before. Third team, we got MJ here in the 3rd team with freaking Roy Tarpley. What is he doing? Averaging 19 points a game. I mean, Olajuwon missed most of the season, it seems like, so I guess that'll do it. All defensive team, Dennis Rodman. He, I don't think, has done anything. No. I mean, he's won 4 straight finals. I guess that's something. But first team all defense for Dennis Rodman. And Patrick Ewing is there. Second team, we got Ralph Sampson in there. James Worthy. I guess he has been doing that. Rookies, those are the 5 guys that were in the running for Rookie of the Year, I believe. And second team, got Tony Kukoc. Bo Kimball's the biggest surprise here. But the Spurs were not very good, so he was playing. Looks like he was starting. All right, and in the opening matchup, we're playing against Michael Jordan and the Heat, who did win, I think, 2 games against us in the semifinals last year. I think it was the semifinals. So before I forget, I have to... Whoops. Change this back. We'll see. I think I'll just start out with the normal rotation and see how that goes for the first game. Everybody's going up. Kellogg is not down anymore. He was down 2, so he's still mad, but not mad enough for his attributes to be down. So let's go see if anybody's hurt for the Heat. They don't have Frank Burkowski, and Dana Barros looks like he'll probably be playing pretty soon. They have Rod Strickland, I think, as their starting point guard. Michael Jordan, I guess. Who would I have guarding him? Rodman? As an all-defensive player. He doesn't have like any lateral quickness, so maybe I just let Reggie do it. Barros, Raja, Dantley. I forgot about Dantley. Maybe that's who Rodman guards. That probably makes sense. Where's Rodman? There we go. Vinnie Johnson, Antonio Davis. This is kind of a neat team. Tree Rollins. So their center, I'm not sure if it's Rollins or Raja. So we won't do any other matchups. I don't think there was anybody else that was a real... We'll go ahead and prepare for Dana Barros' return and get ready for his threes. Is there anybody else? Dantley doesn't shoot threes. Vinny, I don't think is that good at them. Tree Rollins, we shouldn't have to worry about too much. Reggie Williams isn't a big shooter either, I don't think. This should be a sweep in my mind. Let's do game 1 here. We lost. So I'm glad I said it should be a sweep, because we lost by 2. We lost by 13 in the fourth quarter. Clark Kellogg was fouled out, but that's all we were missing. Stockton didn't miss a shot. Seems like we just didn't play defense. Wow. Well, that's a surprise. Dantley. It was not Michael Jordan. He fouled out in 28 minutes. It was Adrian Dantley. So maybe I don't want Dennis Rodman guarding him. I'll just let them do what they want to do. What happened here? They had a lot of points in the paint. They shot about the same percentage as me. I beat them in rebounds. I had twice as many turnovers. I guess that would do it. I did lead by 14 at some point, and their biggest lead was what they won by, 2. So maybe that's a fluke, but maybe not. I'm going to go switch off any injuries. Looks like Barros is probably going to be playing in this next one. I will not put Dennis Rodman on him, and we'll just let them do whatever they want to do. I feel like I should do something here and maybe play people more. Since they don't really have a good center, we'll let Patrick Ewing play even more. And maybe Reggie should as well. Somewhere. I feel like I could almost go 8-man pretty easy. If I lose again, I probably will. Reggie, that can't be there. It could be here. That's a weird one, though. Drazen, I feel like, shouldn't even play in the fourth quarter because he's been terrible. Let's just do something like that. Save over that for now. And then I think I have to load it here because it doesn't apply. That was a surprise. Did not expect to lose game 1 at home against the Heat, who didn't seem like that big of a threat. But here we go, game 2. Got it back, all right. Game 2, won by 14. Ewing, great 6 blocks. Reggie was very good. Kellogg had a nice game. Everybody was good here. I'd like some more rebounds from Rodman, please. That would be nice. Peyton had a nice game off the bench. For the Heat, Barros did come back and lead the team in scoring. Meanwhile, Michael Jordan had 14 in this one. Not sure what he's doing. He's not trying to dominate. So they still shot a great percentage, not many threes, not as many points in the paint, beat them in rebounds. Turnovers were even this time. All right, that made me much more comfortable. Make sure there's no injuries here. Nothing. So I'm getting 10 more rebounds than them, 4 more assists, shooting a bit better, way better threes. So can we please keep winning? There we go. The Sixers swept the Celtics, the Nets swept the Hornets, and the Clippers swept the Lakers. So without Kevin Willis, the Lakers were nothing against the Clippers, I guess. Oh, it's a 38-point win. Won every quarter. Michael Jordan did finally lead the team, but that didn't matter. Oh, Patrick Ewing, that's his career high in the regular season, so he has another 43-point game on his resume. John Stockton gets 20 assists and 5 steals. That's beautiful. Sean Kemp gets 10 boards off the bench. Great game, pretty much across the board there. Held them finally to under 50%. We just whooped them in rebounds, made them turn it over a lot, so that's good. Quick look at any injuries, still nothing, so let's try to finish this thing off. There we go, on to play the Sixers. This one was in overtime, so the Heat put up a fight, winning game 1. Game 2 was fairly close, and now in the deciding game for the Pacers, took them to overtime. Dantley and Jordan both with nice games. But it was Clark Kellogg leading the way for the Pacers. Ewing struggled with his shot. Kemp, huge off the bench. Miller really struggled with his shot. So together they were 10 for 31. Stockton, nice. Rodman doesn't score but gets 10 boards. Alright, that's one series down. And on to the Sixers. Let's go delete that game plan and go here. They have Ron Harper, who appears to be playing with a sore right knee. And the playoffs so far averaging 11 more points, 3 more rebounds, way more assists, better shot. They suck at threes. So I think I'm going to keep the rotation as is. Maybe I give Kellogg another minute. I'll do it here. Where was the minute I took from him? It was here. Let's give that back and save that. Seems like he deserved that. So he shot 55% in that first series. Meanwhile, let's look at these guys. Stockton was really good from the field, averaged more points and assists. Reggie really struggled with his shot, 42%. Rodman shot much better, not getting as many rebounds. Ewing's been amazing. Glenn Rice has been amazing. Kemp's been even better. Payton's been ridiculous, 58%. And Drazen might as well not play, but hopefully he can handle his 7 minutes. Sixers. They've got Jim Paxson, Gus Williams, Moses. We're going to go ahead and put Mr. Patrick Ewing on. Larry Nance, Fred Roberts, Brad Davis, Turner, Livingston, Ron Harper. I don't really have... I guess Gary Payton could guard him. He's a great defender. Maybe I just let it do its thing again. They've got Herb as a backup center. Threet, Vern Fleming. It's a decent team. Larry Nance is a good defender. So he might give some guys some trouble. Let's see what happens around the league. So 2 upsets over there. We've got Minnesota beating the Nuggets in 4 games, and then the Magic sweeping the Warriors. So the Magic, again, have Tim Hardaway in his second year and Dominique Wilkins, who signed with them in the offseason. The Cavs also upset the Hawks, so that was my big... I thought that was going to be my big obstacle in the East, at least, was the Hawks, and they just lost to the Cavs, who I've pretty much had my way with, because they don't have any star players on their team. And the Blazers got through the Mavericks. So let's see how we do in Game 1 against the Sixers. It is a victory by 11. It's a high-scoring game. Ewing continues his playoff dominance. Reggie and Stockton were good. Stockton only 6 assists. That's the fewest I've seen in a long time from him. Kellogg not so great in the additional minute I gave him. Meanwhile, Ron Harper, even with his sore knee, getting 28 points. Moses turning back the clock still with 18 and 9. We've got... They did out-rebound us by, 9? But they had 6 more turnovers, so that helps, and we shot a better percentage and made more threes. So let's make sure... No injury, so Ron Harper is fully healed now. Hopefully that's not a bad sign. We still win. Very good. This one by 14. Special K leads the team. Didn't shoot amazing, but Ewing and Reggie struggled. So the fact that we won this game is a good sign, because the team shot not very well. Rodman gets a double-double. Nice to see when that happens. Ron Harper only had 12, was only 4 for 15, 0 for 5 from downtown. They didn't make a 3 as a team. Beat them in rebounds this time. They did have a lead at some point. Not sure when that would have been. Still no injuries. We've got the Magic looking to sweep the Wolves as well. Clippers trying to get past the Blazers. If they beat the Lakers and Blazers, I'm trying to remember who's even on the Clippers. I can't think of anybody right now. Maybe I'll find out. Alright, Game 3 also. So that was in Philly, won by 10. Nobody's really scoring for them, it looks like. Harper did in the first game, but nothing since. Ewing back with 24 and 14. Stockton's great. Rodman 16 boards, 6 turnovers. I don't know why. Was he getting the rebounds and throwing the ball to the other team, I guess. They didn't make a 3 in that game either, so they have no 3-point threats. They also led by 4 in that one at some point. No injuries. The Clippers did lose a game. Alright, we swept the Sixers, and the Magic did sweep the Timberwolves. This one was a 39-point win, so the Philly fans might have left before that one was over. Larry Nance broke out for a 25-point game. Remember when he was on the Pacers? He did win a championship with the Pacers in 1988. Thank you for your time with the team, Larry. Patrick Ewing has just been dominant in the playoffs. 27.5, 13 rebounds, 3 blocks, 55%. There is no stopping the MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. Patrick Ewing, everybody had like perfect games, except again Rodman did not get very many rebounds in this one. Very cool. Oh, that's his biggest lead, 45. Oh. Alright, so I can delete that game plan. And we see if the Nets can hold off the Cavs. I did lose to the Nets once in the season. I think I lost to the Cavs once as well there at the end. And I'm going to say we're rooting for the Clippers on the other side, because if the Blazers get Olajuwon back, they might be trouble. So let's simulate round. It is the Nets. The Blazers did come back and beat the Clippers. Oh boy. So we got to face, this is the David Robinson, Mitch Richmond Nets. The Magic have Tim Hardaway and Dominique, and the Blazers have Drexler and Olajuwon. So some good teams left here. I'm going to keep my rotation the same, I think. The Nets, Marcus Liberty's not playing. Mitchell Wiggins and Dawkins are injured, but probably will play. Averaging 4 more points. They've not lost an away game yet in the playoffs. We'll see if we can end that for them. They don't get assists. 20 assists is really low. Field goal percentage, so we're shooting way better threes. I'm not going to change any of that. We will be putting Patrick Ewing on David Robinson. That seems to make sense. I don't think I'll put anybody specific on Richmond, but we will be guarding him very tightly. They've got Dawkins. BJ is also a threat from downtown. Wiggins, Liberty, Buck Williams is 87 overall. So that's who Kellogg will be guarding. That's a decent matchup. Reed, Bimbo, Winston. They're not a very deep team. Brad Lowhouse in the season had that 25-point win. That was the game I lost against them. Might never forget that. So here we go. Pacers Nets in Indy. Game 1 to the Pacers. 38-point win. Patrick Ewing, again, just an amazing game. Only missed 2 shots. Reggie didn't shoot a 3. Not only didn't make one, didn't shoot a 3. Stockton, 14 assists, 5 steals, too many turnovers, but that's okay, because that's an amazing looking game there. Kellogg did foul out. We got Robinson. How's he doing? He's scoring a lot more in the playoffs, playing more as well. Richmond, the opposite, playing less and scoring less. Not sure why that would be. So they don't make a 3. I'm doing pretty good about keeping teams from making 3s. They did lead at some point, must have been in the first quarter. I guess I need to check injuries. So somebody came back all the way, but Wiggins is still not quite fully healthy. Game 2 also goes to the Pacers. The Blazers won the first game in the West. This one's a 9-point win over the Nets. Ewing is just shooting amazingly. He's going to be at 60% if he keeps this up. Glenn Rice didn't shoot a 3 in that one, and 3 for 10. I would think if Glenn Rice is shooting 10 times, a couple of those are going to be 3s. Drazen has been just really, really bad. He doesn't have a contract after this season, so I can't trade him unless I re-sign him and wait till after the offseason. So he might just be somebody that goes for free, unfortunately, which I hate to have happen. I really like getting value out of people and not just letting them leave in free agency. So Wiggins is a little bit better, but still hurt. Game 3. So the Blazers are also up 2-0. That's a 27-point win over the Nets. The Nets are not putting up much of a fight here. Richmond leads the team in this one. They didn't make a 3. They only shot 2 of them. And neither BJ nor Richmond were those 3s. It was Bimbo and Lowhouse. It's not Patrick Ewing at the top this time. It's Reggie with 30. Kemp with a double-double. Good stuff here against the Nets. All right, hopefully we can sweep our way into the finals here. Liberty's now their only injury. I'm not going to change anything. It seems to be working well. There we go. Back to the finals. 20-point win in New Jersey. David Robinson and Richmond get 20, but it's not enough. It's Daryl Dawkins. How old is he now? 34. He says he's still playing, so go for it. Ewing, we had, 3 points away from everybody getting 10. which has not happened. Stockton had 20 assists instead. I'll take that. Kemp fouled out in 20 minutes. Ewing also fouled out. So I'm guessing Robinson had 8 free throws at Lowhouse. They shot quite a few, but we actually shot one more. Reggie didn't make a 3. Drazen finally had a decent game. Actually, a really good game. 12 points in 7 minutes. Rodman gets a double-double. Alright, well, nothing's been too alarming so far that I would change any of my team scheme. This stuff. I can just delete that. Now it's going to be Blazers or Magic. If it is the Blazers, I believe this will be the 4th straight year it's Blazers Pacers, which I've done quite a few of these. I mean, I've never done this eras this long before, but usually the same teams do not stay at the top consistently. So having the Blazers as my opponent in the finals 4 straight seasons seems kind of crazy if it's not, both user-controlled teams. But when you have Akeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler, that tends to happen. So we'll see. We beat them in 6 games, 7 games, and 5 games. Let's see if we can beat them in 4 if they end up getting past the Magic, which they do. They swept them. Tim Hardaway was averaging 18 and 9. Dominique averaging less than he did in the season, so they didn't step it up. Meanwhile, Olajuwon averaging, 28 and 14. Drexler's averaging more, shooting 63%. This might be tough. Oh boy. Let's go here. Do they have... Okay, Roy Tarp, that's huge. For whatever reason, he averaged 19 points a game. He is out. That's huge. And Lever is hurt as well. That's also huge. Because he's their 6th man. No, he's their starting point guard now, I think. Magic. Yes, I thought the same thing. The Magic, it's so weird. And last season, the Heat were in the Western Conference. For whatever reason. Super weird to me. Just look at a map and it's like, why? Why would that be? It's hard to get more east than Florida. So 3 more points, 3 more rebounds, 2 more assists. Barely shooting better, but threes there are a big difference. They've not lost an away game. We're gonna hope we change that right off the bat. I'm going to actually let Ewing play 1 more minute because it's against Olajuwon, and he seems to be doing absolutely amazing. It'd be nice to get Reggie in again. He has long breaks here. Maybe we just do it here. Can we switch that off a little bit differently where Drazen breaks it up? And then Reggie finishes it off. Something like that. So Reggie's playing a lot more minutes. I don't know, it's kind of scary switching things up so late, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to go here. Right, it is super, super weird. I thought it was a mistake. And an earlier, whatever year that was, 2 seasons ago, when I did the expansion draft and they realigned the divisions, I thought it was a mistake. I had to get online and look like there's no way these teams were in the West. But what do you know? They were. I don't really have anybody that can guard Clyde Drexler. So I don't know what to do about him. They've got Valentine as their 6th man. Well, I guess he's probably starting now if Fat is hurt. Boy. Olajuwon needs Patrick Ewing guarding him. Where's Patrick Ewing? There he is. Kenny Payne. Concac's their backup center. Woodson, Mike Sanders. Mike Sanders, the guy who made the ridiculous three-pointer when we did the live simulation at the end of last year's finals. Tarpley's not playing. They've got Eldon Campbell, Kenny Walker. It's a nice team, but with Lever and Tarpley hurt, it's just Hakeem and Clyde. Like, can we please take advantage of this? Oh boy, here we go. Game 1. Pacers win. 17-point victory. Glenn Rice, of all people, leads the team. I give extra minutes to Ewing and Miller. Ewing fouls out. Miller did well, but Kellogg also fouled out. Rodman, that's what we like. You shoot 2 times, you make 1 of them. Get your double-digit rebounds. That's all I want out of you, Dennis. Hakeem gets 25 and 16. Clyde fouled out. That's very helpful. Very, very helpful. We can hope for that every game. They shot really poorly. They did out-rebound me, but they never led the game. They had 21 turnovers as well. Let's see, anything new here? Nope. That's good. Keep on rolling, please. Game 2 to the Pacers by 10. Patrick Ewing seems to have dominated Olajuwon, at least offensively. Glenn Rice is having some fun against Portland. He would like to find himself a starting role. I probably should find a way to make that happen. I don't quite know how unless Rodman's going to the bench. Rice is he's already better than Rodman. I thought that they were the same overall, I think, when we started. Huh. Stockton shot not so great, but 18 assists. Okay, so yeah, he definitely didn't dominate him across the board because Olajuwon dominated Ewing just the same and also had 4 steals and 3 blocks, so quite a fun center matchup to see, and the fact that they're now in 4 straight finals against each other is even cooler. They did shoot better. They made half their threes. We beat them in rebounds. They still had more turnovers. They did have a 14-point lead. Where was that? First quarter, probably? Yeah. I had the ball a lot longer than them. All right. Mike Sanders has a stomach virus. I'm assuming he'll play through that. Let's go to Portland. Game 3. Blazers win. So it will not be a sweep. It was a 15-point win by the Blazers. They got out to an 11-point lead and then a 16-point lead at halftime. Not good. We only won 1 quarter. Olajuwon, just craziness. I don't know what else to do. I guess we could try to double him. That could be something. Double him in the post. I don't know how often they automatically do that or not. Ewing, not as dominant. Only had 5 rebounds as well. We had lots of turnovers. 3 guys over 5 is not good. Including the best passer of all time gets 7 of them. And fouled out. Rodman fouled out. I'm about to go 8-man, although Drazen had a decent game there. I wonder how hard it would be. Let me make sure. Dave Greenwood is out for season. I don't know how much he was actually playing. He played 23 minutes, so I guess he was playing quite a bit in Tarpley's absence. That might be helpful. I don't know what his overall was. All right. Let's try to get Drazen out of the rotation, which means Peyton, and probably Peyton. Give Stockton an extra minute there. Oh, shoot. Did I not save that over my lineup? This was not the lineup I saved because I gave Ewing another minute here, and I gave Reggie these minutes. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Is that how I want to do that still? I like having Reggie in when Ewing's not, because they're my two number one scorers, my two top scorers. But I have to have one of these two guys in at all time. So maybe I just leave it how it was. Couple minutes here. Something like that, maybe? He's at 37 now. 37 for Stockton and Reggie. I think that works. I might want to look. Whoops, let's save it. Guess that becomes that. And that's an 8-man now. I'm going to go look at how playoff, player, and look at just the finals here. So Ewing's been great. Miller, Rice has been ridiculous. Stockton's the one struggling, but at least he's still getting a lot of assists. Drosden's actually been good, and I just took him out of the rotation for Peyton. So my point guards are doing the worst against Darnell Valentine, I guess. That's weird. Huh. Maybe I shouldn't have taken Drosden out? I don't know. Gary Payton has a lot of defensive ability that he's bringing that Drosden does not have, so we'll go with it. For the Blazers, Olajuwon's been ridiculous. Drexler we've pretty well held in check. Woodson's not been great. So Greenwood did start one game, but so did Jay Murphy and so did John Koncak. They're just rotating around people to start, seeing what works, I guess. Is anybody making threes that we need to worry about? Not really. Okay, so now I need to add that rotation here. Give it a try. 8-man in the finals. Sounds pretty real to me. We got to do this to 8. I am going to change Olajuwon so when he gets the ball, double team post. Maybe on dribble. Yeah, let's do that. See how that works. I know, Patrick, you're Defensive Player of the Year, but he's averaging lots of points, so we gotta do something. All right, game 4. Can we win one in Portland, please? Yes, we can. Oh my, did we. 28-point win. Held them to 9 points in the second. They didn't score over 20 beyond the first when it was tied. Olajuwon, that's the fewest points he's had, I think, in a game against me. Yep, 25, 39, 40, and now 23. His rebounds have been ridiculous every time. He also only had 1 block. Drexler fouled out yet again, only had 8 points. That's nice. Reggie Miller gets 3 3-pointers. Ewing gets 4 blocks. Has a nice game yet again. Kellogg. Kemp shot a lot and didn't make a lot. Not sure what's up with that. Peyton not so much. Rodman. Stockton made all 4 of his shots, so his percentage should be up. They did not make a 3, beat them in rebounds. They led by 8, I guess, in the first quarter. Dominated time of possession again. So we're going to go check here. Still nobody coming back. I don't know if I should do anything else. We could put Ewing up to 40 maybe. Maybe not. I think we just leave it. And we go in and we do a live, well, we'll simcast, and then hopefully if we're winning, we'll watch the last little bit. Last time, if you recall, in Season 7, it didn't work out so well because they made a last-second shot. That's a good start. 5-point lead at the end of the first. Second, there we go. So up by 7 at halftime. If we're winning every quarter, we're winning the game. That's for sure. All right. Come on. We'll stop it with about a minute left here to see the celebration, hopefully. I mean, they're kind of making a game. 54 seconds left. 9-point game. Let's go ahead and jump in and see who's in the game. I saw Bill Hanslick on the court, so that means some fouling out has happened. Looks like Patrick Ewing is out of the game. So Ewing's fouled out in the deciding game. We got Mike Sanders, who's the guy who made that ridiculous shot last year, at the line. Rodman with the board. Johnny Stockton, Reggie. So the starters, Stockton takes the jumper. The starters except Ewing. And I don't see... So Drexler is in. He's not fouled out in this one. He's going to miss Rodman with another board. And he's bringing it up the court. Stockton's going straight at Olajuwon. Don't know what in the world he's thinking. Run the timeout, please, John.
Just couldn't keep it competitive down the stretch.
What is he doing? That is very unlike John Stockton. We got Valentine wide open. Rodman's gotten all 3 rebounds. And here it is. For the 4th season in a row, the Pacers take out the Blazers in the finals. And for the 5th straight season, the Pacers are your NBA champions. I would imagine Patrick Ewing is getting his 3rd finals MVP. The emotion, the exhaustion. I can't tell. Looks like he only had 14 points, maybe. If I was reading the scoreboard, it's kind of fast. Don Nelson will go down perhaps as the greatest coach ever.
The celebration is here, and this place is going crazy.
At least we got to win on our home court as well.
The fans obviously overjoyed.
So the fans can celebrate along with the Pacers. Glenn Rice gets his first title since he just joined the team with his fancy 2K shoes. I don't know. History is completely changed. The Pacers are the greatest dynasty. You talk about the early Celtics, Lakers, and now the Pacers. Patrick Ewing may go down as like the most awarded player in history. He's going to need a big old case for all his trophies. All right. Here we go. Pacers are your champions. Patrick Ewing in the finals averaged 24, only 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 50% against Akeem Olajuwon. I clicked the wrong game. Here we go. So it was a 9-point win. Ewing only had 19 and 10. Did foul out, like I said. Pretty good games. So Hanslick, for whatever reason, got to be on the court there at the end. Olajuwon put up a great effort. Drexler had his best game he had against me. Woodson fouled out in 10 minutes. That's pretty cool accomplishment, I would say. All right. There we have it. League history here. NBA history. 5 straight championships. 6 straight finals where we lost to the Jazz there. I know, the fact that they added Stern, hopefully they have it right where once the year passes when he handed it off to Silver. I don't quite think I will make it that far with this this franchise, but I imagine that's a part of the game, whatever year that was that Silver took the mantle. So Patrick Ewing is just amazing. Um, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Again, I don't remember which pick is the protected one, if it's the Bulls or the Jazz. One of them is top three protected. I'm pretty sure. If it's the Bulls, then I don't get that one. And I have this Jazz pick potentially seventh. It will be in the lottery, so maybe I have a chance at moving up. If it's a Jazz pick, then I probably will get both of them, which this team doesn't really need more young stars. I don't have enough room to play them all, but hey, it's always fun. It's fantasy, right? So we'll see what happens. I think I'll be doing these a little more often going forward because my brother and I started one from the 91-92 year, so I already have all the draft classes set for 92 through 99, is as far as we are, so I won't have to spend as much time editing the draft classes, which is very, very nice because that is one of the things that really slows the progress down. So, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully, it's fun seeing how dominant the Pacers could be with all these superstars, with the super team. It's still kind of fun for me seeing how things work on this game. This era, the MindBA eras, is by far the best thing that 2K has done. I think for guys like me who like to relive history, but in I guess a different way, rewrite history. I guess is a better way to say it. So, till next time. Thanks for tuning in. We'll kick things off with the 91 off season, and we'll see where the Pacers land in the lottery. All right. Till then, thanks. Shoe Shack Redemption out.